Hello, and welcome to today's author webinars. Thank you for joining us. I'm Julian, and I'm part of the Learning Content Management team. Joining me from the Learning and Content Management team is my colleague Jennifer, and also our colleagues from Research and Support, Jules, Deepak, and Tracy. Before we begin, a few housekeeping items. First, please take a few moments to complete the poll you will see on your screen. If you have any questions at any time during the content of the session, please use the Q&A option to send your question directly to us. We will try to answer as many questions as possible during the session today in the Q&A channel. If we cannot answer all the questions, we will reply you directly after the session, unless you post the question anonymously. We will also cover some of the questions at the end of the session. For the best view, you might wish to drag the central bar on your screen to the right to enlarge the screen that we are sharing. And you may also wish to enable the live transcript via the bar on the bottom of your screen. And now we are going to see the agenda for today. We will start by giving you an overview of the revision process in Editorial Manager. Please note that the steps may vary depending on the journal configuration and the type of the article being submitted. We will provide you a brief explanation of the various editorial status for your submission. And finally, we will give you some information on the submission tracker. Now let's get into the Editorial Manager test site and explore the revision submission process. Please note that I'm going to be using our training site for demonstration with dummy users and dummy submissions. The training site is a good replica of the live environment, but it will look slightly different to your own profile. So don't worry if you don't see things today that you normally see when you are logging to your profile. This might be due to the rights and permissions granted for each role. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit different, but we're going to see all the same options. Okay, I'm going to switch to the training site. Okay, Jennifer, can you see my author my menu?
Yes, Ulil, maybe you can just make it a little bigger.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Okay, in our session today, we are going to try to give you all the information that you need to successfully submit your revision and to monitor the progress in Editorial Manager. Okay, when you receive a decision from the editor asking you to revise the manuscript, you will find your manuscript in the folder in the section Revisions, in the folder Submission, Needing Revision. If you click here, you will access to the manuscript that you submitted. But before we start with the revision, each journal have a guide for authors or instructions for authors that you can access in the link in the top navigation bar here. And will also contain specific instructions for submitting your revision. So it's important to check this file, and in case that this journal or your journal has these instructions that you need to follow before when you are submitting your revision. Another place where you can find instruction is in the decision letter. You can access to the decision letter when you receive the email with the decision from the editor, or you can also go to submission needing revision, see your manuscript, and go to view decision column, and you see there's a link here. You click on the link, and this will open the decision letter, and you will find the comments from the editors and reviewers here. Okay, now that we know what we need to change in our submission, we can access to our files from here, file inventory, and I'm going to share here this. You can download the manuscript or the files that you need to change. So you have the documents that you need to provide in your revision ready when you start your the submission of your revision. So yes, we are going now to proceed with the revision. And in order to do that, we need to select the option Revise Submission. You will see a warning. If you don't yet have all your revised materials prepared, you can cancel now and come back when you're ready. Otherwise, click OK to begin. Okay, now you will be prompted to confirm the article type. Note that it is rare to change the article type during the revision. Doing so may result in different required files or different required information. So please refer to the guide for authors for more information if you are changing the article type. Then, if you are keeping the same article type, click on Proceed. Here in the Attach Files step, you will see the files that you provide at the beginning in the original submission. You can mark or select the files that you want to keep in your revision and check the ones that you are going to modify. And then at the bottom, you will find the Proceed button, and we're going to stay in the same Attach File section. Sorry, I need to go back. Okay. was a glitch there. So we are here in the attached file section, and you can see here that we already have our declaration of interest, and in red, we need to provide the manuscript. This manuscript is going to be the manuscript with the changes that reviewers and editor asked. So we have two options to upload the manuscript. We can browse in our computer for the file, or we can drag and drop the file here. We select the item type from here, and I'm going to bring a new manuscript with changes, and I'm going to drop it here. And you will see the manuscript, the new file here. You can select more than one file at the same time and use the drag and drop, but then you have to select the item type, because the system needs to know what type of document you are uploading. Then if the document is not the right one, you can select the document and then click on remove. And yeah, you can do that for more than one document. You can change the order by using drag and drop, but normally the system will sort the documents automatically, so you don't have to worry about this. Something else. Okay, important. If remember, there should not be any missing files, such as figures, supplementary files, latex sources files, when it's applicable. And normally you will find that information here when the name of the file is in red, also here when it's an asterisk next to the type of the file. Sometimes you have to provide, or most of the time, you have to provide a response to the reviewer's comment. For that, you have to select this item type and then upload a document which will contain all the changes that you had made in the manuscript, for example. And yeah, you have to answer point by point each comment that the author, the reviewer, or editor send you in the decision letter. Once this all the documents are ready, you can click and proceed. Now we are going to see the general information section, which is the same that when you submit the manuscript for first time. From here you can edit and make any change and save. If you don't need to make any change, just click the proceed button to continue. In some journals, they are going to ask you to provide a reviewer or someone that you know is have expertise in the file or in the area where you're submitting your manuscript, you can provide that information here. You can add new reviewers here and save it. But remember, this is only a suggestion to the editor. The editor can invite other reviewers. If you don't want to make any change here, you can click and proceed. You may also be asked to review or add additional information, such as an answer that the journal has in their revision questions in additional information step. If so, please review or respond as needed, and then click and proceed. And now in the comment step, please review comments that you might enter when you initially submitted the manuscript, and update the comment if necessary. Some journals may also require you to enter a response to reviewers as a text comment. You can do that here as well. For reference, you can view the decision letter again. In this example, we don't have it, but normally, yes, it's here. Yeah, you can see the link here to the decision letter. And if you click there, you will access to the decision letter with the comments. And here you can provide the response to reviewers. So if you do this, you don't need to provide the file that we saw in the attached file section. And when you complete all this and everything is ready, you can click on proceed. Now we are here in the manuscript data page. Please check that everything is correct. The system will keep and maintain all the information that you provide the first time. If you need to change, for example, the author's order, and we have here that Jack Hill is the corresponding author and the first author. But now Martin Smith is going to be the first author. So we click on Martin Smith, we drag and drop, and the order change. And now we have Martin as a first author, and Jack is still being the corresponding author. And then if there's any missing required information, it will be flagged in red. So be sure that your funding information is complete and up to date by adding each grant separately. You can also indicate that a grant supports one author, or if there is no relevant funding, then select funding information is not available. You have here an info icon with more information for this section. Now you will see here save and submit later and build PDF for approval. If you click in save and submit later at any time during the process, you will leave the revision screen without building the PDF, and your work will be saved automatically. We are going to see this now. I'm going to click here. And now, if we go back to our main menu, we want to see incomplete submissions being revised. And we'll find our manuscript in this section. And then how I continue the revision of my manuscript, easy. Clicking Edit Revision. And then you will start from the beginning, but you can go directly to the section that you need to change. For example, here, by clicking on the icon, make the change. And click on Proceed to save that modification. And then when you're ready, just click in Build PDF for approval. And this will move the manuscript to the chapter Revisions Waiting for Author Approval. It's going to take like 1 or 2 minutes to get the manuscript ready. We're going to see this folder from the main menu. You can find that folder here, Revision Waiting for Author Approval. Okay, we have the manuscript ready. And first, you need to view the revision to be sure that everything is correct and it's fine. If you need to make any change in the revision, then you can click Edit Revision again and go to your files or the information that you provide and make the changes there, and then build the PDF again. Okay. Now, we view the revision. Everything is correct. To send our manuscript with the revision to the editorial office, we need to click here, Approve Revision. We're going to click on Approve Revision. Sorry. We say that we are sure. Clicking on OK. And now the revision will go to the folder revisions being processed here. And then from here, you can follow the status of revision. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my presentation. And we're going to see an overview. When the author finishes writing the paper and submit the revision to the journal, the system will show the status of the manuscript and manuscript submitted. Based on the workflow of the journal, the editorial office, or editor performs a technical check on your manuscript. They will check the manuscript word count, format, and figures quality, etc. The next step is assigning the manuscript either to the editor-in-chief or associate editor for further handling. Journals usually have multiple associate editors who are experts in a particular niche within the broader subject area. Your manuscript will be handled by the editor who has the highest level of understanding and experience with your paper research topic. The status remains with editor until the editor either makes a decision or invites reviewers. The handle editor has different actions to select. They can make a desk reject decision, send the paper for revision, or invite reviewers. The editor conducts an initial screening of your paper and assess it against several criteria such as novelty, priority, and scope. If your paper is a better match for another journal, you might be offered a manuscript transfer. Also, it's possible that your paper doesn't meet some of the assessment criteria, and then the editor will reject the paper before going into peer review. If the editor decides that your paper is a good match for the journal, they will identify 2 or 3 independent reviewers, depending on the journal configuration, and send them an invitation to review your manuscript. When the editor invites reviewers, the status of the manuscript is changed to under review. Once the required number of reviewers are received, once the number of reviews are received and recommendations were submitted, to the status of the manuscript show as required reviews completed. The handle editor carefully read all the reviews reports, and it happens that the referee reports are conflicting, in which case the editor needs to find additional reviewers. When this happens, your submission will return to under review status. When the editor has received enough high-quality feedback from the reviewers, they will begin the decision-making process and move the status to decision in process. The decision may need to be confirmed by multiple editors in some journals, and the manuscript moves to the editor-in-chief account. The editor-in-chief submits his or her decision, revised. The editor has requested that you revise the submission, and you will find the details of the changes required and the deadline for your revision in the decision letter. It can be accept or reject. The submission process has completed with either an accept or reject decision. In the case of accept decision, the manuscript will begin its production process, and you will receive further information. And then you can see transfer pending. editor has rejected your paper and suggested to transfer to other journal. Then the editor has recommended the submission be transferred to another journal via our automatic article transfer service. You are offered a transfer, and we will wait for your response before proceeding with the transfer. And the transfer and the status change to transfer pending. Then, if you accept the transfer and the submission is transferred to another journal, and we have also published a video on the submission status explainer, which will explain how your submission progress after submitting the manuscript, and the link of the video will be posted in the chat or provided at the end of the session. And yeah, I think that this is all about the different status. Now we're going to see the submission tracker, which is a new tool that is present in more than 2,000 journals so far. Once a journal is using submission tracker, an email is sent to the corresponding author when the first reviewer is invited. As you can see from the screenshot, the email contains a link to the submission tracker landing page, where the author can view the status of the review process of the submission. Know that the same link will remain active through the end-to-end peer review process. And we expect to have the submission tracker tool available in all Elsevier journals in the near future. This is an example of the submission tracker landing page for a submission. From here, you can monitor the status of the manuscript, how many reviewers were invited, how many complete the review of your manuscript, etc. Yeah, we don't receive any questions so far. So yeah, that brings us to the end of our webinar today. Thank you for listening. After this session, we will send you an email that will contain some helpful links to the webinar recording and some short video guides that related directly to the topic of today. So please look out for that email. And yeah, complete the short poll that is available before you leave. And yeah, thank you for your answers that you will help us to deliver more webinars like this one, and also improve the webinars. So again, thank you for joining us, and see you next time. Bye-bye.